Hey everyone, it's Coach Sean McCarthy with Bold City Coaching Company and Colorado Coaching Company. I, I was talking with a client today and I told them a story that I have used multiple times, but it's usually one-on-one with clients. And so I thought, what a great opportunity to kind of capture this and share this with you so that you can kind of understand it's not uncommon for a struggle when you're trying to make some changes in your life. um, it's not uncommon for you to get your brain on board to help support you in in this change. And so what I shared with him was, in a little bit of the context, is we've been working together for a couple of months, but he's still struggling to kind of prioritize and make the time for the activities and the pieces that we're working on for his business. And as he shared with me some of the struggles, this thought hit me to share this story with him. And again, I've used this story multiple times, and I'm not exactly sure where it comes from. But this is usually how it gets set up: is we have every of moving forward and achieving the goals that we set. We have every intention of setting this vision of where we want to go and where we want to take our business. And then, um, as we get into the nitty gritty, we seem to fall back onto old routines, old ways of thinking. And that's completely normal. And here's why. Back in the days when President Clinton was in office, he had a fondness for McDonald's. It's pretty well known. He would even take jogs to a local McDonald's. And there was a Secret Service agent who was being interviewed and spoke about, there was one particular McDonald's that they frequently took the president to. Now, this particular McDonald's wasn't in the best part of town. It there was it was a bad part of town. There was dangers and so forth. And so the interviewer asked, why is it that they allow the president to go to that particular McDonald's instead of taking him to one that's a little easier to secure and a little safer, in a better part of town, even, or even, just even a different city. And the response stuck with me because it helped correlate so many pieces for me to understanding the brain. You see, your brain is kind of like that Secret Service. There is a part of your brain that's sole function is to just keep you alive. And that's the job, the main role of the Secret Service is to keep the president alive at all costs. Keep the president alive. And when you stop and think about your brain and why it functions much of the way it does, when that is its primary function, a whole lot of other things become very clear. So back to President Clinton. The Secret Service agent explained to the interviewer that it was actually safer for the Secret Service to take President Clinton to this particular McDonald's because they already knew the threats. They already knew the terrain in the area. They were well versed and they had already done background checks on all of the people that work there. They knew this area. Now, it might appear to us, outsiders, that this was a dangerous choice, that this was a dangerous McDonald's. But the truth is, the Secret Service had it well under control. Similarly, your brain and your own personal Secret Service, they know exactly where you're at very well. They know the territory, they know the terrain around you, they know the thoughts you think, they know the goals that that you've accomplished in the past. And that is the exact safest place for your own personal Secret Service the parts of your brain designed to keep you alive, that's the safest place for you to remain, right where you're at. You see, it's important for you to recognize that your brain is not designed initially to make you happy. Your brain, by default, is not designed to help you achieve your goals or to improve your potential. Your brain's primary function is to keep you alive. And the safest place, the easiest way to do that is to keep you exactly where you're at right now. So you have got to have those conversations with your own Secret Service agent to say, I know that, you know what, the safest place is right here, but we're not staying here, we're going here. Similarly, the president doesn't always just bow backwards to the Secret Service agents and say, well, I guess since, this is the safest place, we got to stay right here. No, the presidents are traveling all over the place. But when they default, the default mechanism goes back into what's safe, secure, and what we've known works. And so many times, as you're making the progress, as you have made the choices to move your life in a new direction, to develop new habits and move you forward, and to help you develop your potential and live life to its fullest, you're able to do that. And they will gladly move along, and your brain will adjust and help figure out, and it'll still occasionally alarm you to different things, but it'll go along. It'll continue to do its job. But when you get tired, when you kind of get down on yourself because you've been pushing yourself and you've been achieving and moving forward, but you slip back and you get tired and you take less control of your life, you're going to slip back into the default mechanisms. And one of those default mechanisms is safety and security. So you're going to fall back into what's comfortable, what you did yesterday, what you did last week, what you did last year, maybe even what you did last month. Because that part of your brain is in control of those default mechanisms. And until you actually develop strong new habits and develop a new normal, a new default, that's where you're going to slip back to. And it's not to say that you can't get up again and move forward back to where you were, prior to that slip back. But you have to be aware that your brain is designed to keep you alive. It is up to you in the conscious part of your brain, in the prefrontal cortex of developing new strategies and plans. That part has to begin to be the CEO of your life, of your thoughts, of your business, of your vision. You have to choose to do that, especially when you notice that you start slipping back into old ways, into comfortable ways. Listen, getting to to the level of achievement you are after, you have got to go do that. You have got to strive for that level of success, and you've got to get your brain on board, and you've got to give it clear direction about where you want it to go, how you want it to serve you, because your brain is there to serve you. But you have to begin to act and think like a CEO of your business, yes, but also a CEO of your own life, of your own brain. I hope this story has served you well. And if now is not the exact timing, that's always the struggle of when I do kind of coaching like this, where it's more by giving you the stories and not always in the right order. But come back to this video when you notice that you're slipping back a little bit into old comfortable habits, and listen to the message and realize that you need to step up and become your CEO of your own thoughts, of your own brain, of your own Secret Service. It'll continue to serve you, and it'll continue to keep you safe. But use this message to motivate you to take charge again and move forward. Thanks for watching.